Okay, we've all been there, right? You get your credit card statement, you're scrolling through, and bam, there it is, a charge that makes your stomach just drop. Well, don't worry. In the next few minutes, we are going to turn that panic into pure power. Just picture it. You open your statement and see a charge for almost $500 from some sketchy-looking website you know you've never visited. Or maybe it's that free trial that suddenly decided to start billing you $100 a month. That feeling? Yeah, it's awful. It's that mix of being angry, confused, and just feeling totally helpless. But here's the thing you absolutely need to know. You are not helpless. Not at all. In the United States, the law is literally designed to protect you in these exact situations. You have some serious rights, and once you know how to use them, you almost always win. So let me introduce you to your new best friend in this fight, the Fair Credit Billing Act, or the FCBA. Seriously, this thing is your magic weapon. It's a federal law that gives you the legal power to challenge what it calls billing errors and, most importantly, to get your money back. Everything we're about to talk about is built on this one powerful law. So, how do we actually use this law? Well, you don't panic, you follow a plan. Think of this as your 7-step battle plan for getting your money back guaranteed. We're going to walk through the whole thing, from the super important timeline to what actually counts as a dispute, how to gather your proof, and the exact way to file with your bank until that investigation closes, in your favor. So, let's start with the most critical step of all. 60. If you remember literally nothing else from this, remember this number. It is everything. So why is 60 so important? Because you have exactly 60 days from the date your statement was issued to officially file your dispute, not 61. If you miss that deadline, the bank can legally just say, nope, sorry, even if the charge is completely fraudulent. People lose thousands of dollars every year just because they waited too long. Don't let that be you. Okay, so you're acting fast. But does your problem actually qualify? Well, the good news is the FCBA covers a lot of ground. Obvious fraud, of course, but also things like charges for items that never showed up at your door. Or maybe an item that arrived broken or looks nothing like the picture online. Duplicate charges, wrong amounts, yep, all of those count as billing errors. Now, this right here is a really critical distinction to understand. Saying an item was defective, totally valid reason for a dispute. But saying you just changed your mind and don't want it anymore, that's called buyer's remorse, and it is absolutely not a valid reason. Trying to dispute a charge for that can actually get you in hot water, so it's a huge difference. All right, so you know your dispute is legit. Now it's time to put on your detective hat. Winning these things is all about proof. So you're going to gather everything. I'm talking receipts, order confirmation emails, screenshots of the original product page, and if something was damaged, you better believe you're taking photos. The more evidence you have, the stronger your case is and the faster this whole thing gets resolved. Okay, listen up, because this next step is one that so many people skip, and it's a huge mistake. Unless it's obvious fraud, like a charge from halfway across the world, you have to try to solve it with the merchant first. Call them, email them, and keep a record of everything. Why? Because one of the very first questions your bank is going to ask is, did you try contacting the merchant? And if you say no, they might just shut down your claim right then and there. Okay, you've done your homework. It's time to file. The fastest and best way is to log into your bank's website or app, find that dispute a charge link, and upload all that great evidence you collected. And here's a pro tip. Use the magic words. In your description, use phrases like, this is a billing error under the Fair Credit Billing Act, or the item was significantly not as described. That language is a trigger that puts the bank's legal obligations into motion. So once you hit submit on that dispute, another important number comes into play, 10. And we're talking about 10 business days. Because within about 10 business days, the law requires the bank to give you something called a provisional credit. What does that mean? It means they put the money back in your account while they investigate. You get to use it. They also have to stop charging you interest on that specific amount. It's an amazing piece of consumer protection. So what's actually happening during this investigation? Well, after you get that temporary credit, your bank reaches out to the merchant. The merchant then has about a month to provide solid proof that the charge was legit. But here's the best part. If the merchant doesn't even bother to respond or their proof is flimsy, you win, by default. That provisional credit becomes permanent. The whole thing can take up to 90 days, but honestly, it's often way faster. Okay, so now you know the official playbook, but let's kick it up a notch. Let's cover some insider tips, the pro tips that'll pretty much guarantee you an easy win. First,
Always file online and upload your proof right away. It's literally 3 to 5 times faster than mailing it in. For a really big charge, say over $500, do both. File online and then call the bank to make sure it gets escalated. It's also just a fact that some cards, like American Express, are famous for siding with the customer. And last but most important, be honest. Never ever say you don't recognize a charge if you actually made the purchase but are just unhappy with it. That's a quick way to get your account closed.
And there you have it. That's the complete guide. Now it's time to put this all together and just feel that sense of empowerment. You know, what you've just learned isn't just some random advice I pulled out of thin air. This is the exact playbook that people in the know use to win over 90% of their credit card disputes. You have the knowledge, you have the tools, you're ready. So the next time you're looking at your statement and you see that bogus charge and you feel that familiar dread creep in, what are you going to do?
You're not going to panic. You're going to remember that you've got 60 days, you've got the full power of federal law on your side, and you've got this guide. Now, go get your money back.